I think we discussed last week as well about a little bit of distance from the golf ball there. I don't think it's a conscious thing you've done there, but on this, on the right-hand side there, just took a little bit closer, not quite so far over the golf ball, but overall a good setup in both. Top of the backswing now in a good position. Goes a little bit long, but that's just your flexibility, which is not a problem there at all, okay? The good thing for me is that when you get to the top of the backswing here now, your club face is fairly square and you're in a good position there. A little bit narrower there, but overall a good position, okay? That's probably because you're trying to swing a bit shorter. You just got a little bit less turny, I suppose. The key thing is now from the top of the backswing, your hands tend to want to work out to the golf ball, and we want to start looking down a little bit more. If we look at this one, I see the hands sort of going down that green line out to the golf ball there. That will lay the club off, but now that club face now has got open, and your club now, the hands are quite a long way. At this point here, the club you can see is quite a long way outside your hands, which is going to generally encourage a ball to go this way. The face points that way, you're going to just impart spin like that. And then no matter what you try and do, you might close the club face, you see your left heel lifting off the ground because you're on your back foot, trying to just please go somewhere kind of left of the target, just to hope, okay? From here now, you see your hands dropping down, yeah? So this first move here now, the hands are starting to go downwards towards your chest more rather than they were going out that way, okay? As you get into this position now, as that club starts working in, if we get that same kind of position here now, you see the club is back here. That's the club sort of coming in there. It's much more kind of on line with target, therefore a straighter pass. As you swing the golf club in now, it's more from the in, and you can then square the club as those arms and hands nice sort of releasing and hinging through. And this didn't look a very sort of powerful swing, but it went about 220, 230 with less effort. And if we look at your left foot, unfortunately that sort of thing's going to get in the way, but you look at your left foot there, your left foot staying on the ground and then you're rolling through. This one here now is lifting up, which is just generally a sign there's not much weight on that left heel. There's no way your left heel could be in the air if your weight is done this. If you do this to lean back on the right side, he will lift off the ground, okay? And that movement to try and get the ball to the left is kind of showcased by that, all right? As you go to the golf ball there now, as you bring the club in a better angle, we can now feel the club starting more to the target line, so that ball's hitting the green line pretty much flush in the middle there where you struck it. It's a trust issue. Now, on the golf course, when there's out of bounds down here, I will put good money on the fact you will swing it over there. Because it's just that's at the moment now, this is what we call a conscious competence. You can do it, but you've got to think about it. And when you're thinking about doing it, you're going to be slower. And when there's a consequence over here somewhere, you're going to try and avoid it. So the third on the button, you're on the fifth fairway. Fifth on the button, you're on the third fairway, when you just basically cross over to try and keep it in place. Over time, once you start saying, hang on, I keep going down here somewhere, I know, week or two's time, you'll be left rough. Maybe the tree's left outside. Month's time, you'll be there. And then a few weeks after that, you're down the middle of the fairway. Depending on how much time you play, how much practice you put into that, okay? But it's trusting the fact that when you bring that golf club back down on an angle that you're not really used to bringing on, that the club face will square up and be pointing down the middle of the fairway. Now your grip's better, now you're controlling your arms and your hands better, you can square that club face up the correct way without you trying to just swing it as far left as possible. And that's the thing. So if you can unwind the body now as you get down here, the hips have cleared nicely, the shoulders are unwinding, then the lower half would, in theory at this point, your lower half doesn't really stop, does it? It just keeps rotating with everything, okay? In time you get a bit more of a sort of twist there, and the lower half, again, that's something you'll probably learn and develop over time. You're not going to go, I've got it, and then just do it. It's one of those things that does take a bit more practice. But we've developed the club face now, so we get a closed club face. You've done that from the first lesson last time, and now you're getting a much more consistent strike. And hopefully, like I said to you in the last lesson, success to you now is seeing more this side of the golf course as opposed to that side of the golf course. And hopefully, when you said you played on the last couple of games, the 89s you had, there was more left side, even if it's 51, 49%. I'd rather see more that side. Because for the most part of your golf, it was sort of 82, 83%, and then the other side was left on a minor occasion. Okay, so we're getting more left shots going, and in time, like I say, the more left you go, that club face now going more to left, that will evolve a path that starts going, hang on a second, I don't want to go this left hand side, I want to now start going towards target. But swinging over here only comes from the fact a golf ball going and doing that. You're forced to do it. If you didn't and the club face was still open, you start swing from the inside, the ball's just going to go over there somewhere. Okay, so grip's looking much better. Keep maintaining that. Okay, at the moment it's probably still feeling, it's more comfortable, but it's still not as normal as what you used to do. So when you buy a new car, you change indicators and wind wipers, or you go in a higher car and you're on a left-hand side drive. Those kind of things take a little bit of getting used to. Like you look rear view mirror, you look in the wrong, let's admit that way. Just these kind of things take a little bit of getting used to. We did that last time with the arms crossing, didn't we? And it just feels really weird, yeah? You did that last time? You did that last time in the lesson, yeah? Just feels different the one way. Eating a packet of crisps with you, right? All these little things, any habits that we change, it does feel a bit strange. But over time, you'll adjust to that habit. And again, once you start seeing a golf ball just go straight in that direction there, you go, well, hang on a second. I can now start swinging the golf club to there. That's where I want to go. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good stuff. So yeah, drop the arms down, feel the arms, and that's with all clubs. More so with the driver probably because it's further out in front of your club. With the irons, they want to come down because you're more on top of the golf ball, aren't you? So arms are going to fall, and then you just release the arms through as you do now because your grip's better and the confidence there with that club is much better. It's a trust issue. You'll get it on here. Take the golf course is the biggest thing. So what I would suggest, next session we go on the golf course and have a half an hour session or whatever, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, and we'll go and play the 1-2 on the 1-8 on the button, or probably for you better holes will be 10, 11, 12 on the Mac. Yeah. Their holes are a bit more of a don't want to go right.
Yeah.
And so it goes. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Happy days, good.